Y'all, what's up? It's your boy Nitro Hot Fire here. Welcome to Nerd Torch TV, your Monday through Friday spot for anime, comics, and gaming. And today, this video may be a bit controversial because there are so many Star Wars fans out there. So I would like to first let it be known that I have seen every film at least 3 times, except for The Force Awakens, which I only saw twice. I know, right? Only 2 times, right? Surprised me. And also, I'm pretty deep in the Star Wars lore because I'm a fan of what Star Wars could have been instead of the films we got. So admittedly, I probably know more than the average person who claims to be a Star Wars fan. So please leave your comments until the end of the video because I like to actually reply to all the comments on all different social media platforms. And you have no idea how annoying it is when you see a comment that is completely obvious that they didn't watch the video, because I probably address what they're talking about or complaining about more than one time. So you will get ignored if it's obvious that you didn't watch the video. Without further ado, let's hop right in. Star Wars is actually one of the most popular franchises out there, and with no signs of slowing down because Disney are probably gonna pump these films out with no end in sight. Me and Star Wars have a love-hate relationship, partially because I am constantly let down by the franchise. I'm gonna be separating these films into categories based on the technology they had available to them at the time they were produced. For those of you guys who can't figure that out, that means 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 3 categories are going to be separated like that. Between the episodes of 4, 5, and 6, I personally enjoyed 4 the most. I've actually seen this film over 5 times, and that's probably because it used to come on a lot on HBO when I was a little kid, flipping through channels, looking for something to watch, and whenever I would pass by it and see that it was on, I would stop and continue watching the film. I personally enjoyed the space battles the most because of how visually stimulating they were. But unfortunately, that's where the visual stimulation stops. It pretty much doesn't go any further. If you pay close attention to the stories told in the original trilogy, they were stories told, and it was pretty much just that, stories told but not shown. Okay, imagine this for a second. We go to the part where Luke was told that his father was killed, Darth Vader. Then somehow they would show visually inside of Luke's imagination to a man who looks like what Luke thought his father may look like, locked in an epic lightsaber battle with Darth Vader, and you see Vader, you visually see Vader kill his father. And now at that point, when we go up to the point where Vader actually told Luke the truth, you can see inside Luke's imagination once again that his father isn't the man he thought, that everything he imagined to be true was a lie, and everything instilled in him that gave him the drive to be the person that he was all a lie. And it's like his whole psyche and everything around him just became a lie all of a sudden. Everything he known, every reason why he was moving forward, everything was not as it seemed. That would have been so dope, but instead we just get the part where it said, oh, you know, Darth Vader killed your father, oh no, and then you see, you know, Luke, I'm your father. Now granted, that was an iconic moment in the films, but it could have been better. So fast forward to future me, where I actually got around to seeing episodes 5 and 6. They just couldn't do it for me. They really couldn't hold my attention very well, especially at the time when I was watching them. I just found myself bored. Like, around the time where I finally got around to them, I was actually more distracted with other things competing for my attention, like anime, which I actually found to be far more engaging in my opinion. I come to realize now that it was purely because I didn't like the way the content was presented to me, but I gave it a pass and I said that the films were okay, strictly because of the fact that they did the best they could at the time those films were produced. Now, if you watch the behind the scenes, you will see them mofos put in work. I watched those behind the scenes and they were putting in some serious work, and the stuff that they actually did to make those films possible was so innovative at the time that they were produced. And that is what made them dope for their time. They were innovative. Now jumping over to the other categories of episodes 1, 2, and 3, I actually thought these films could have been done so much better compared to what we actually got on screen. I mean, you would think that a galaxy at war filled with laser swords, spaceships, and aliens would be able to deliver an equally engaging experience as other films that were out at the time. The Matrix literally came out the same year as episode 1, Now those genres are as different as night and day, but I still don't think there was any excuse for there to be that massive of a difference in quality of work, especially with how innovative they were during the times that 4, 5, and 6 were in production. There should have been a lot more to those films, and I believe the reason why there wasn't was the fact that the franchise was so huge already they had no reason to expand upon the universe. And that's what I'm disappointed by. They didn't really show much of an expansion of a universe from what we already got to begin with. They had the resources and technology to give us more, but instead they decided to play it safe and keep things the way they were. Now let's fast forward to The Force Awakens in the next category. We got Disney behind this film, which I thought this was gonna be dope because of the fact that they were behind the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So I was thinking, bruh, I may actually get the Star Wars film I always wanted. But I sat down in the theater and was sadly disappointed once again, because they pretty much remade episode 4 and decided not to give me anything new yet again. I liked episode 4. I really liked it the first time I saw it. I didn't need a remake of it. They had the perfect opportunity to do something new. Not only that, they had the perfect opportunity to expand the Star Wars universe, and yet they did not. They gave us the same thing by playing it safe yet again. There's absolutely no excuse whatsoever as to why Disney did not expand the Star Wars universe, especially compared to all the amazing films that came out since episode 3 came out in 2005 and this film came out in 2015. There was 10 years of innovation and not an ounce of it was shown in that film. We had Inception, Avatar, the Transformers franchise, the Avengers, that's just to name a few. And not to mention that the fight scenes all across the series were trash. Bruh, you got freaking YouTubers out doing the Star Wars films and lightsaber fight scenes. Think about this. People are literally making better Star Wars fight scenes in their backyards for free than a company that is spending hundreds of millions of dollars. There's absolutely no excuse for the quality of work that we got compared to the quality of work we should have gotten. The most visually stimulating scene in the entire Force Awakens was when the Millennium Falcon was actually trying to make his escape. All I want is an epic Star Wars film that actually expands the Star Wars universe. Give us something new to appreciate. Give us a beautiful world that'll drop our jaws to the floor as we stay awestruck at the beautiful world that you created on these planets that are so far, far away. Just don't let us sit there in our seats and imagine the things that we could have gotten versus the things that you've chosen to give us. Or actually give us a lightsaber battle that's even worthy of making a top 10 best fight scenes compilation list. There's just so much more that I want and they just won't give it to me. Star Wars as a general idea has so much potential that it can be so much more. But unfortunately, I don't think I'll ever see it, and I don't think they'll ever even attempt to try to make it what it could be. As you can see, guys, this is something I'm very passionate about, and I hope you actually can see my side of the argument of why I hate Star Wars. Leave in the comment section down below if any of this made sense to you. I feel like it's time that we just stop letting these companies get over on us. That's what I feel like Star Wars is doing. They're getting over on us. They gave us, in the latest movie, they gave us the same movie they made before. And it just, for me, it just seems lazy at that point. It's just lazy that they didn't give us more. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. If any of these ideas actually make sense to you now that I've pointed them out. And I can't wait to respond to some of your comments. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already. And make sure you go to nerdtorch.com for nerd t-shirts and also nerd gear. And send it to some Star Wars fans and let's see what they think in the comment section. Alright guys, it's your boy Nitro Hot Fire here. And I'm out. Peace.